Good morning. Today we're teaching the Collaboration Center, which is how we get automatic emails to our clients, and not just our buyers, but our sellers as well. So I'm going to show you how to add in a contact, marry up a search, and set them on automatic notifications, and even making sure that you can do daily or immediately, because I've seen some newer members questions in tech support saying, oh my gosh, my client's getting emails like bombarded all day long. Like, wow, that's obnoxious. And like, I don't see how to change this. No, it's not. It's under options. And when you're in a panic and trying to find something, it's always harder to find it. So that's just one of those things. All right, so you'll see I've got my dashboard here. We have a small class today. So if you have any questions, please hang tight, as I do have to check them over there on that one. I see we've got, it was just not a lot of people registered for class, but we'll get it going. So if you have any questions, don't forget to ask. I'm going to start out with the preferences wizard today. I'm going to get right through there. So in the preferences icon in Paragon, you will see the preferences wizard, but you'll also have the Collab Center preferences wizard. So of course you just start that. The first page is going to be about your agent information. See, my given name is Deborah, so I've changed it to Debbie here. And this is only about me. Here's my cell phone number, of course, is inputted from membership. That's Monica, if you guys don't know her yet. Now, I do have a secondary number. I added my direct line at the office just because I can. But again, if you want to add something here, you can always just email me or email Monica in membership. And of course, I want to display my email address. I don't have a web page anymore. That was offered by HomeSnap. They gave us our own web page. Thanks for that. On mine, I do have a story in my Collab Center, which I'll show you where that's at. I've also uploaded or just copied and pasted my links to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I don't do Twitter. And actually, that used to be, Facebook is my Wines for Humanity one. I can change that to my Big Red Homes, seeing how I have that done now. But if you'd like, we can go into that a little later. I just want to show you where you're going to be finding these things. If you have your own video, it needs to be on a platform that's shared. You just can't take a link out of your phone, a video that you did. It has to be hosted someplace. Links, absolutely love this. You can add information about your preferred vendors, items or businesses in your area. You see, take a screenshot of this if you'd like. I have Semco Energy, War Water Brewery. I'm in the lovely town of St. Clair, and War Water Brewery is a brewery right here in St. Clair. And of course, the owner, I know this is small town St. Clair. My husband went to school with the owner, and one of the other owners of the company is also a realtor friend of mine too, so which is really nice. Going to the next, there's my office information. I have my primary number. I don't need a secondary phone number on there. I do display the address and the logo. Just remember, if you're going to turn some of these off, make sure you're complying with Laura. Definitely need to do that, because you must have a certain amount of information displayed. Now, I'm not here to teach you license law. That's not my realm. You might want to talk to somebody who knows the law or teaches license law. Now, here's a really great piece of the Collab Center. Once you get your client set up on notifications, your client gets their emails, right? We can do it immediately, daily, weekly. Honestly, you can have a morning notification, an afternoon notification, whenever they want to get their emails. And you have your agent notifications. So you don't get the same thing that they do unless you want. If you want to get the same one as them, you certainly can. So the agent gets, okay, I get notified that there's a new listing. Yep, I do want to know. I get notified of price changes. I used to keep status changes in there. Yeah, I don't need to anymore. I want to know if my clients are favoriting or possibly listings. That's always good. and if they add a comment or I add a comment. And let me know if they make a new client search too. Now, here's what's going to your clients. Now remember, this is a blanket. So I can say, yes, I want this, this, and this to go to my clients. But maybe if I have this particular guy, oh no, he only wants this and this. You can change individual ones as well. So next. There we go. You can also allow your clients to search or to not search. Now, if you go the search option, you will see agent preview. Now, I want to remind you, okay, well, agent preview says all the listings are going to come to me to preview them, and I have to approve them in order for them to go out to my clients, just so you understand what that means. So I would never put this on a blanket for everybody. I don't know, maybe that is me personally, that's my options. I wouldn't do that. So I would allow them to create new searches. And when they are doing a search in here, I don't display manufactured home parts, parks, or commercial industrial business opportunity. It's not my genre. I unselected those. And then another change that I made, I don't need them searching on the expireds. Seriously, the reason why is because it just, when the map populates with all the listings, you got all this crap in there that they just can't, and it becomes unusable. So all of the active statuses and the pendings as well. Because if they're looking for a listing and it went pending just recently, then, and they won't find it if you don't have pending selected. And then all of a sudden, your searching is junk because I know the listing is there, it's just not there on yours. They don't know that it went pending, so that's just my thoughts. Some people let it all go, it doesn't matter to me. This is your information. All right, and of course, automated valuations. Easy value comes from Paragon. We have the Realtor's Valuation Model, which is an RVM, and that's from RPR, your Realtor's Property Resource, which as a Realtor, that is a member benefit from the National Association of Realtors. And of course, everybody is familiar with the Zestimate. I keep them on, why not? And that's it for those. So cool, it's an easy get through. If you don't have something in there, like that big write-up of the Collab Center, what it is, ask me, I can forward one to you. It's in the MLS docs, but the easiest way, just reach out to me, I've got you. All right. Collab Center. First, you have to enter a client, right? Well, either way, you can get into my house here, front door, side door, back door. Same thing you can do this here in Paragon. I can go in through the contacts. I can go in through a searching. In orientation class, I usually go through the searching. Today in Collab Center, I like to show from the contacts module. So I'm going to go into my contacts. I'm going to need to add a contact. And I'll even get to show you guys how to add your sellers on the Collab Center too. And I'm already set up on Ed Martin's, so I just assume his ID and show you how to do that. It's really awesome. All right, first name. This is really creative. This is my favorite buyer, Betty Buyer. I think Colleen and Lisa still love Mr. Moneybags, which is always fun. This is Betty. Now I'm going to tab, because I'm a desk jockey. I type and tab my way through. So I tab, and you'll see the green check mark comes up. And then I do want to mark that it's primary. Because why? I can add a spouse. So I'm going to do Bobby Buyer. And why do I add his last name here too? Because when the email goes out to your client, you'll see that Betty Buyer's name is there. So it's, welcome to your Collab Center, Betty Buyer and Bobby. Well, I would just put the full names there. It looks more proper to me. And put his email address and tab. Now I'm not selecting he's primary because you only need one primary. And you'll see where my cursor landed. add the spouse or the secondary to notifications. Yes, please. They both want to get the emails. Now I like to scroll down all in order. I can do their address information here. You can, so if I have theirs, let's see, 649. Oh, no period. You can even add counties in here too. So I do have a primary. If you happen to do labels for Christmas labels, whatever it is you want to do, your annual business mailers, you can run it right from here. At the very top, when you are, when your contact is already saved and done, you have the option to run labels. So I would put them here. Now, if this one says, like, don't ever mail me again with your stupid calendars. I love the calendars. I get them in. I got my realtor friends that always send me calendars. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So if they don't want mail from you, they will not appear on the mailing labels. I do want them there. Website information over to the top right. Home, work, personal, cellular. Let's see, 248-555. There we go. And tab. Sure, mark that primary too. I can also manage my contact. What are they? Are they a buyer, a seller, anything? There's the Zeta leads that are in there. I don't know. Groups, these are something that you make yourself. You can put them into your own little groups. Are they a prospect, either a buyer or a seller prospect? Now, here's a really cool thing. What is reverse prospecting? If I check the box for reverse prospecting, I do need to give them an alias. Snowflake. There we go. What is reverse prospecting? That allows another agent who's a listing agent to run a report and to say, okay, who has buyers that match my listing? And they will see that Debbie, if mine does match, Debbie has a buyer by the name of Snowflake that their search criteria matches my listing criteria. That's all it is. So they're not going to know my client's name because they are given the alias. That's why you put the alias in there. So all the listing agent knows if they run that report is to say that Debbie has a client by the name of Snowflake that has a match. So they would reach out to me saying, hey, Snowflake matches. You want to show them my listing? And that's how that works. Any source information. So there's some good information that you can keep on clients here. So we're going to save. And now you see, now that I've got the basic information in there, I have, well, going down the line, here's the contact information. I can use my green next button on the right. Puts me right back to that contact information. Don't need that. Buyer information here, or buyer activity. So on the activity is where your searches are kept. You'll see that you have an agent recommended, which we will show you how to recommend listings as well. Now I have two options here. I can add a new saved search or load an existing saved search. So if I already did create a search and I just didn't marry it up, here's how you do it. So it's really simple. Load an existing. I'm going to tap that, and it's going to get to all of my saved searches. And if I know I was looking for lottery, there it is right there, my lottery search. Tap it and save. So now we see that there are 44 matches on that lottery search. Now, when I was talking about earlier that one of our members said, oh my gosh, my client is getting emails all day long. It's killing them. They can't handle it. So I'm going to go into the options. There is a message body that you can put. This is an older way of doing it. Don't even mess with that. My notifications are, the default is a year. I changed mine to 6 months just because the notification trigger, we saw this in the Collab Center Preferences Wizard. So we know that we are getting notifications are going to be triggered when there's a price change, a new match, and if there's any comments by my client or myself, we'll trigger an email. Client notifications and agent notifications. Now remember, I said agents get their own notifications and clients have a different one. So my client said, no, I don't need them all day long. Just get in me first thing in the morning and I'll be good. Okay. So when's first thing in the morning? How about 6 a.m.? How about 7 a.m.? This is my default. I did put 7 a.m. in my default. So I'm going to tap OK. So first thing for them, if you select nothing, it's 12:01 a.m. And for myself, I'll do it recurring as well. And I put all of mine on at 7 a.m. so they all come in at the same time. So when I get to the office, I see what's going on with my clients and I can start working from there. Now you see both Betty and Bobby are in the 2. It was already pre-populated because I had selected to notify that spouse. I do not need to BCC nor CC myself because I have my own agent notifications. And the subject line, activity notification for your collaboration center site, your collab. I like to shorten that up, activity. Now don't change it all up because it does clear the Can Spam Act. And I will do, this is the lottery search. Why not? Any little extra help, like, ooh, they know that they can ignore lottery search or get back on it if they want. So that's an easy way of doing it. So now you have lottery search is on the left. One big piece is you do have to send that welcome message. Now you only have to send it once to your clients. I'm going to send. Now remember I said you didn't have to mess with the message body. This is why. Because I'm going to preview and show you exactly what's here. My cell phone, my email. I love this piece. Okay, and here we are. Betty Buyer and Bobby Buyer. Now you see why I put both in there. That's just me. I like it a little bit more proper. 44 matches are found. Where do they come from? They're all going to be undecided until they make a decision. And here's that agent recommended, which I will show you. And they can favorite, possible reject, just like every other website and portal out there. Communicate, custom folders, compare listings. I think that's a cool feature. Now, they will need to create a password for this. Well, what's their username? The primary's email. And you can always resend this welcome letter if necessary. And here's my information down at the bottom. Cell, email, office address, which that would be your brokerage, not your MLS. My MLS is my office. Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now notice that Twitter was not. I didn't put anything in the Twitter box in that preferences wizard, so it doesn't show up. So if you have nothing here, it's not going to say, oh, there's nothing here. There'll just be nothing there. And close and send. I'm still checking my questions, so if you have any questions. All right, and there we go. There's the email, which you saw. Always make sure that you see that green email sent. You can also create Collab Center notifications in Paragon Connect. It's actually a few steps shorter than doing it this way, if you can believe it or not. Have you guys actually taken the Paragon Connect class? It's the mobile app. Awesome. You can just put that in the questions. All right, and actually, I want to take a minute and launch a poll for you guys. I just want to know, how long have you been using Paragon? Okay, new so far. Oh, awesome. So everybody in class, wow, everybody's already voted. I love you guys. Thank you. And I'm just going to share that. I'm new. Okay, good. Because sometimes I just don't want to make sure, I don't want to go in depth in stuff that's not needed, And I don't want to blow through stuff that might be important to you guys too. Awesome. So thank you for answering that, everybody. All right, so that's step number one, the easy way of getting a listing, not a listing, a search married up with your client, or in this case, clients. So, okay, Debbie, how do we start a new search? I'm going to do it from this same contacts module again. Now I'm going to back all the way out. So I would go to contacts, and so I'm still working with Betty Buyer. She now wants beyond the lottery search because she's not really sure if she's going to win the lottery tomorrow night. Is it tomorrow or Saturday night? I think it's Saturday. So if she doesn't win the lottery, well, how about let's put a realistic search in? Okay, fine. So I'm going to go in to view and manage those contacts. Now my cursor does naturally go to the find, so I can search for Betty. Of course, if you're new, it's probably going to be the only one. So right now I can see there's those 44 listings that were sent. She hasn't had any new notifications. That was just the welcome, so it's not really a last notified, it's just a welcome. She hasn't accessed it yet, and I added her today, and there's that alias of Snowflake. So when somebody does say Snowflake, you're like, oh, I don't even know how. You just go all the way to the right, and they will all show there. Let me get out of Betty's, and I think I have, oh, yep, Big Red, Bubba, Snowflake. So I do keep these organized to where my most active ones are on the top, except Perfecto is now last notified. So I can just tap the notified, tap it again. There we go. Sweet. So now everybody's up at the top. I absolutely love it. So back to what we were doing. Let's go into Betty Buyer. So we simply tap in. And what does the green dot mean? Just that there's new activity that you haven't seen as of yet. See, if you hover over it, it says new activity. And the plus, I can simply open the contact here without going into the contact. And I can see that under Lisa, I have the lottery search and agent recommended. So I can just take a quick peek there and see what's going on. Oh, here's Donnie. I should probably turn him off. Oh, the agent recommended, because that's the husband. He's asking me last night, what did you text me? I'm like, I didn't text you. I emailed him yesterday. Gotta be specific. So let's go into Betty Buyer. We're going a little off track on y'all today. So everything is on the left-hand side where you access it from. Let's go into the buyer activity again, where you see the lottery search, agent recommended, which we will get to that. Here we are to add a search. Let's go in and add another search, add a realistic search for my buyer. Not load the existing, but add the new saved search. So of course, what class are you searching? We'll just stick to residential. Keep it simple. Now, if you're new and you're not sure what type means, just use the magnifying glass and you'll see, oh, okay, we're looking for single family homes. If you select nothing, it's the same as selecting all, just so you know. Now in status, I'm going to go A for active, and I can hit tab. What that is going to give me is all of the active statuses, which is back on market. So if something was pending and it goes back to active, it will be back on market for a few. Keep showing a contingency applies. The only contingency in our MLS, in my real sources rules, not with everybody else, because remember there's other MLSs in here with their rules too. Keep showing a contingency applies, says the buyer is waiting to sell their home. Accepting backup offers, this means it's pending already, but they're not sure it's going to stick. Wow, lack of words there today. And then of course, coming soon. Now, a little reminder on that one, if you're new, coming soon, they have up to 7 days to use that coming soon status. No showings will be taking place during that time, but you can schedule for the future for when it is active. And there you go. So now they're all split out. You can see them. So let's go ahead and do a little mapping right here. So if you remember, the mapping comes up at your office unless you've changed it in your preferences wizard. Now, I did change mine to the home address in my lovely St. Clair. I love my little town here. Been here a little over 20 years. Love it. So if my client just got a new job, we'll say in Sterling Heights, and she wants to be within 5 miles of the office, how does she do that? Do you gotta, scooch this all the way over to Sterling Heights? That's gonna be a hike. All I need to do is I can put an address in here, which you will notice there's a down arrow. It will remember the previous addresses that I've done. Always a nice little one there. So if you have the exact address of her office, you can add that in there. But I'm just going to say Sterling Heights, Michigan, and hit enter. Now it's going to move my map to the center of Sterling Heights. Apparently that's 17 and Van Dyke. Now you'll see at the very top of this toolbar here, there's a lot of cool stuff. I keep my map on a hybrid view, which is this. I can draw, I can add layers, tell me what the little green dots are, and hide and show different groups, marker shapes. Yeah, never use that. And there's my the current boundaries. So, but what I want to do over on the right-hand side is a search radius. I want to do a 5-mile search radius and apply that. So just tap search radius. You got to back out a skosh. Now, there are a ton of listings on here. So in the 15 means that there's 15 listings under here. These are clusters. There's 18 listings under here. So if I zoom in, you'll see them open up and expand. So my client said, well, I want to be within 5 miles. So we talk about the map and here's where that's at. She's like, I really don't want to be too far north of 59. Like, maybe just a little far north. Okay, no problem. We can just cut off that area. Check this out. So I'm going to draw. I like my polygon one because it's like a hand draw. So I'm going to start at this next mile marker here. So I'm going to click once. This is not a click and drag. So I've clicked and released. I'm going to move my mouse to the right, click, go up to the top, click, and I need to end where I began. Now, naturally, it's going to add listings to the map. It assumes you're generally going to say, oh, look here, here, and here. So I need to go in and tell it to do something different. So I'm going to edit. And the bottom one is always the newest one. Now, don't hit the X because that deletes it. But you'll see include, and there's the check. So all I do is uncheck. That turns it to exclude. Nice. And then I can close this down. I can keep it open either way. She's like, not too far into Warren. Maybe I don't want to be Warren at all. It's really crazy. In my criteria, I could just say no to the city of Warren, but don't want to be hating on Warren today. So maybe that far south is all she wants to go. So she really has an idea where she wants to be. Draw. Do the polygon again. So this is nice. Repetition gets you to understand and learn. So I'm going to tap once, tap, move my mouse, tap, tap, and tap. Do the same thing again, edit, exclude, and there we have it. Close out the mapping. So now, and she's fine with this. I mean, I could keep going on this one. You can add more. Honestly, remember, she says maybe if she absolutely loves the little area over here, I can add that in. You could add up to 7 map shapes on this if you want. Hey, you might have that client. And when you have that day when, I remember when Debbie said you could do this, that, and that in the mapping. How do you do that? Don't bang your head on the wall. Give me a call, give support a call. We will definitely help you out. You can always do a little one-on-one via Zoom, always easy. Okay, so now I still have a lot of listings up here. Why? because the only thing I have is active and in the Sterling Heights area. Do we want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath? What do we want? Do we want 3,000 square feet? We might want to add some of that in. So some of my teachers do this last. It doesn't matter. I'm methodical. I like to go top to bottom, left to right. Otherwise, I might miss something. And that's just, I don't want to go scatter all around. It doesn't work for me. So some just do come back to that. Like, whatever. For sale or for rent, you know, I don't have to add it in if I'm not looking under 300,000. So, you know, that automatically knocks off the rentals. So 3 to 450, let's see what, no, not 40. Might want to add 450. And the nice thing is about Paragon is you don't have to add those zeros. However, in Paragon Connect, you do have to add those zeros. So not to throw a curveball at you, but yes. And if you'd like to watch that last Paragon Connect class, I did email it to the membership Friday afternoon, but it's also on our YouTube channel, which is what? My Real Source Media. And how do you find it? Under the resources, recorded webinars. So it's resources icon, recorded webinars, and you will get right to our YouTube channel. Okay, so 300 to 450,000. All right, I am down to 60. So I don't need the addresses or municipalities because I'm using my map. Now, when I said that I didn't want Warren, so I can do this. So if I say Warren, and I could say not equal to. See that there wasn't anything in Warren because I did draw that map. That's an idea because you see when I wanted to include it, oh, wrong one. This one here equals, when it equals Warren, there were no options. So I would say not equal to Warren. So there, if she said, look, no, 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 and no to this city, and this city. Okay, you can do that. To get all around an area, but just no, no, and no. There are so many ways that you can do this. Structure style, 1-story, 2-story, condos, is it on the second floor above? Is it a ranch condo? Lots of different information in here. So the key is to make sure that you always pick the right thing when you're on a listing. One of the things as a buyer representative, I'm not really going to be using this a lot unless they said, look, I need a ranch, period. So we'll stick with the ranch, which is a 1-story. So go there. So now we are down to, we knocked off half of them, 31. I do need 3 bedrooms as a minimum. I don't have to put a maximum. It's not really a thing. As far as, you know, I will clean no more than 4. Okay. So what happens when you put in 4? We have 31. Oh, wow. Okay. Basement. Yes, we do need a basement. Now, fireplace, I still want a fireplace. However, it is not a required field. So I'm going to suffer through. I don't want to miss anything. If I say, yes, I must have a fireplace, and then the listing agent forgot to add it, then I don't want to miss a listing. Garage, yes or no? Heck yes. Pool, no pool. They'd rather do it as clubhouse or the nephews. Feature codes. Now, if you haven't worked with the feature codes, these can be everything from cash financing, okay, FHA, VHA, all of VHB. How about a VHS? So you have financing. How about water? Do you want on the lake? In the UP, they search by interior lake and the Great Lakes. Always interesting. Here, canals, islands, you name it, we have those. How about if you're looking at farmland like here? Outbuildings, do you want to have some outbuildings? But this is used mostly when you're entering a listing. Say, like for me, maybe I'm looking for a golf community. On a golf course, so you must have 1 or more. This is, I might even explain these, golf or golf. Anything golf related. So these are must have 1 or more. As long as it gets 1 of these, 0, nuts. So nothing in Sterling Heights. As long as it gets 1 of these, it will make the list. And instead of backspacing over those, here's the easy way. You see your criteria summary on the right. I'm just going to go down to the bottom and delete all of those. And gone. So must have, must not have. So maybe we must have that cash financing. Cash. There you go. And normally you could figure out which ones are which. It's like the Gulf, when I said Gulf on everything, I don't remember which is F, Z, and V. I really don't know. I would have to go look it up. So F, association or community amenities. Okay. Z was one, or V, T-U. No, it wasn't V. View was the other one. So you have to understand which one they are. So you just go look it up and say, oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay. Number of garage, I just put yes. I could be more specific. Above grade square foot, we're looking at 2,500. Can we do that? Oh, no, and that's with the cash sales. That's okay. We will remove that one. Oh, still two. Maybe we're looking at 2,000 square feet here. 2,000 square foot ranch with a garage on a basement, 1 story. Of course, I already said ranch. All right, so we're down to 14. I kind of like it. And remember, you can always look through here. If I wanted to edit my price, that's an easy one to find. But if I needed to edit it, if it was buried in there somewhere, just tap that blue bar, blue button. Look at that, it highlights it and puts my cursor right there. So that's awesome. Now you can save now or search and save. I always search then save. You can do it now, doesn't matter. So, but remember, I'm working from the contacts module, so this looks a little different. If I was looking from the search module, that'd be very different. Now I can save the search or add it to a cart. Now adding it to a cart. So think like you're shopping, we'll just go Amazon. You're shopping on Amazon, you put something in your cart. It's going to stay there. There's nothing new added. So no new, no nothing. It's going to stay exactly as it is. Unless there's a price change, it will let you know, hey, there's a price change. So I want to make sure to save the search, not these particular listings. Save search for Betty Buyer, and today is 12/14. My gracious, it's getting there. I name and date. See, one of the other things about saving it from the context module, it does call it save search for, and then your client's name. So in essence, you are now grouping all your saved searches for clients in one space. Yeah, it's just a little organization trick there. And save. I do want to launch a poll in a minute here. Okay, so now here is the name of my search at the top. You'll see on the left-hand side, we're still under buyer activity, the lottery search, and my save search for Betty Buyer. Now you'll notice there is no send welcome message. There's no button here to send the welcome message because she's already been welcomed to the Collab Center. But maybe if this is my buyer, maybe the actual ones in this area, she wants to get these ones quickly. So does she want, it's still the same up here, same triggers. Client notifications, maybe she wants to know about these ones. Me, I still don't. Set the time frame, 7 a.m. It's my default. Okay. And activity for your Collab Center site. And this is Sterling Heights. And more. It just helps them. So now that I've set up multiple searches for them, they know which ones are coming in. You know, she might know that, oh, lottery search is only going to come in the morning, and my other ones are going to come in all day long. But, you know, they're not going to remember that because they didn't set it up. You will be the ones to let them know which search is coming their way. But you don't have to. That's it. All right. So now you found a listing for Betty Buyer, but it's not in her search criteria, and it's not a lottery search neither. So she was searching in this area, right, of Sterling Heights. She didn't want to go too far north or too far south, but you found one just a block north of where she really wanted to be. And you know, you think it's a perfect house. So, and I'm gonna fake this one and go to the home. I'm just gonna find one in the market monitor. So maybe my market monitor was set up to Sterling Heights or somewhere around there. So I found a listing. Oh, my bachelor has one. It's Marine City, of course. All right, so maybe Marine City. Wow, that looks more commercial than a home, but okay. Maybe they wanted this one. So, Betty Buyer, I found you a home. You're gonna love it. It's only 2 counties away from where you were looking, but that's okay. We're pretending. We just keep it simple here. Now, this particular home, what do I do with it? Okay, you know, I can text it to my client, right? I'm on a Mac, so I can text from my desktop. Otherwise, you can use the Collab link. So that you just copy it. You can copy the link, and then you can email. Well, you can if you can't text. Well, that's no good for you guys. You would want to use Paragon Connect if you want to text listings if you're not a Mac user like myself. So for me, I can text, and it's going to come right up. Betty Buyer, this one, personal cellular, and send the message. Contact Debbie. Oh, see, in this one, custom message. This is nice because I can add a custom message here. I think you will love this one. There you go. And send message. Cool. There you go. Now that didn't go anywhere because it was a fake number, but you got it. Okay, so that's one and done. How are they ever going to know if the price was dropped on this one? Because $965 is a little steep for them. So, but if the price was reduced to under $9, maybe they might, you know? How are they ever going to know this? Because you've just one and done texted them a listing. If they said they were interested but too expensive, whatever, or just no, all I need to do is to save this listing and to that listing cart. Put it in there. Now we got to tell it who, not for myself, but for my contact. Just that current listing. We're going to select Betty. Select, save and notify. And just to make sure the agent recommended, yep, she's on the Collab Center. That's awesome. And those can go out immediately. If I don't touch this, it's going to go immediately to them and to me. So it's just one for the minute. It's just fine. Now, if she says, look, oh, that's a horrible listing and I hate Marine City. Who would ever say that? I can go in and manage those listings right from here and remove it. So simply select it, remove it. I can even add notes here too, which they've simplified this process, which is nice. They used to be in 2 different places and I didn't know which one to click. There you have it. So now let's back out of Betty Buyer and show, I'm going to back out of the contacts and refresh, view and manage. So Betty Buyer now has 59 in her undecided. So, and then if I open this up, do the little plus to the left, that's how you open up and see all the searches. There's 44 in the lottery, 14 in that saved search, which was your Sterling Heights area, and then 1 agent recommended. And next I want to show you what her Collab Center looks like. So I can simply tap the view here. They hide this in a couple of spots for you too. So it's right on the front page here. Let me close this up so you're not so confusing. So I can click it right here. When I'm in her contact, you can view her Collab Center there. Let's just go ahead and view what she sees on her end. Of course, if she's on her phone, it might be a little different. Here's the updates dashboard. Oh, there's even an open house in there. Oh boy. So on the other side is where those recommended are. So they are all 58, 59. There's already an update in here. Okay. So in that short amount of time, there's already an update. So 59 plus the one recommended, or sorry, 58 plus your one recommended is the 59. Math. So if I want to go check out that recommended, just tap that. And I want to show you what's really cool about your clients actually using this. So if they were to favorite this, you would now see that in Paragon, and you will get notified as well. So I'm going to go over to Paragon. I would refresh and come back in. So now Betty Buyer has one favorite. Pretty awesome. And if you wanted to see which ones, remember, just open that back up. Which ones are she favoriting? Oh, it's the recommended. Pretty nice. So that's a cool little feature right there if you're doing multiple searches. I mean, not everybody does. That's kind of specific. Go back to Collab Center there, her Collab Center. So there's also a few things that she can do with this listing. You see there's a synopsis right here. She can view the detail to open it all up. And she has more info what she can do. She can actually email this out to somebody. She can comment. Where's the associated docs? Oh man, yes, they can see those if they're marked as public, because you can mark those PDF, the floor plan, as a doc. Oh yeah, wow, because it's a business. Wow. So is there two then? Said second floor plan. So they do see those. You can lock those. Close that and continue on with that. There's the associated docs. You can request a showing. Now I'm going to go ahead and tap into this so you have an understanding of what this is. When I request a showing for 1 o'clock, please submit. That's going to go to me. Your request is not yet confirmed. Your agent has been sent your request and will contact you. So they aren't reaching out to the listing agent. They're reaching out to you, their agent. And of course, they can also share it on Facebook as well. And it's really the collab link of what this actually looks like on the back end. So, and I can I do this as a only me post? Come on, only me. More. There we go. Only me. What a great listing. And if it was the client, will you come visit me in Marine City? Now this is posting only to me so nobody sees it. So I'm going to post. I just want you guys to see what the end result is. And if you didn't notice the post only to me, that's how you give it a test. So let's go over to Facebook and see what that looks like. There you go. See, but the only thing is, it just says residential living space downtown Marine City. Okay. It doesn't give me an exact address, just says Marine City, but it has that big listing photo. And it would be branded to you, their buyer's agent, even though it's not your listing. Just so you know, there is the listing attribution elsewhere, but that's how it is. Not too shabby. So when they do open it up, they will see the address. All right. They also have a couple other things here. They got a thumbnail view, tile view, map view, so they can see everything there. It's a really nice site for them. The last thing on the Collab Center I want to show you is the agent information. And under the Contact Me page, There's more than that. It should be my info, not just contacting, because there's more than that. Again, those social media links that I put in. What happened to my About Me page? There's my office information, my contact information on the right. There's my story that I said that, if you have a video about yourself that's hosted someplace, there you go. So you just simply, and me, this is new agent, welcome. This is my thing, so that's what I do. All those links, and this is why you give it a name and then the link there, so you can actually understand what they are. There's my War Water Brewery, your St. Clair Refuge. Just so you have a good idea on that. So now I got to go fix my Collab Center. That's what I get for breezing through something a little too quickly. All right, so we've set up a buyer, added a pre-made search that was already in there, so just marry those up. We created a new search for them. We added the agent recommended. That's a nice one. And we've checked out their Collab Center. Now, what happens if we have a very interesting buyer? So your buyer believes that you're supposed to be doing all the work for them. What? Crazy. Oh my God. All right. So in this case, or if they say that, hey, Debbie, if you send me one more yellow house, I'm just going to fire you. I've told you I hated yellow. Don't want to see any yellow houses. There's no button in the MLS for yellow. So how do you do this? It's going to be agent preview. So I have to preview those listings before they ever go to my client. This is what they look like. So you have to approve those listings. So let's go ahead and create Picky Penny. Picky Penny. Email. That's her primary, and save. That's all I really need to do. So, oh, no, there was one other in my contact activity. Not that new only, because that's those search options. I need to set her up on agent preview. Save it. And let's continue on. That's your big thing right there. I'm going to load an existing saved search and pick one of those client searches, save search for Mr. Biggs, and save. So they are still going to be on the Collab Center, and I'm going to keep it as immediate notifications for my client, because it's only once I approve them, then they will go out at that particular moment. So I don't even want to mess with that. And you're supposed to save, once you send the welcome message, in this particular one, I would put a unique message. I'm setting you up on agent previews. Oh no, I will personally review listings before they go to your Collab Center. Hi Penny. Hi Penny. I'm reviewing all listings prior to being sent to you. This is your welcome. Look for listings to come. And I would preview that, so that goes right at the very top there in that welcome, because there are 0 listings that go. This is a 0. Close and send. Now you get the note that says listings must be approved to appear in their Collab Center. And we can do it right from here. I don't want to approve all. I want to go look at those 44 listings. And I would say, I'm going to sort them by municipality. Go to the bottom. I'm going to find all my Shelby ones. Springfield, shoot. Oh, this was a big search. Okay, you know, I'm just going to say this one, this one. Yeah, because these come from all over. Yeah, Greater Regional Alliance, Upper Peninsula Association. This is a lot like my lottery search. All right. So now that we've made a couple of selections here, your blue toolbar is where you are going to be using this. It's approve. Approved listings will appear as undecided, so simply approve those listings. And conversely, I can also say, all right, everything else is disapproved because I've made my selections for the day. I want those not in her search. Okay, but now say that she's out of listings. Those disapproved listings are never gone. They are right here. So you can simply, you know, after the fact you realize, are there any other listings, Debbie? Yeah, well, let's go in here and review them. I'm gonna say, oh yeah, okay, here was one. You know, I'll bet you this one, let me send this one and this one to you, and we'll see. Let's make a couple more selections and you can go back and approve those. Awesome. All right, last but not least, oh, there is, don't forget, in your handouts, there is the Collab Center, the whole cheat sheet on that one. And if you need to change or edit your client's search criteria, there's the way. I've got the cheat sheet in there for you as well. Also, how do you find them on your own? Got to teach you how to fish. It's the MLS documents link all the way at the very top. Now, don't use this top education folder. That's not my folder. That's for all of our vendored MLSs. Use the one right below. This is Bay County. You won't see everybody else's. Let's just do my real source. Here's mine, MIRS Education. This is the one that you want to use. So tap into that. And if you're not sure what it is, just, well, Collab, less is more. Collab Center, there's the About Me page, which I need to do because I deleted mine somehow. Changing your client's search criteria, the buyer's handout for sellers, and the regular full one. And there's Paragon Connect. And that's also how to create those Collab Center notifications too. All right, so let's wrap this up by adding your seller to your listing. So for this particular section of the class, I'm going to be Ed Martin's assistant, and I'm going to get his listing set up with his seller. So as his assistant, I can assume his identity because he gave me authorizations. There we are. I'm going to assume Ed and tap OK. Now you will see, now I did not log in as Ed. I am not authorized to do so. As a matter of fact, it's a $200 fine for sharing your login because we have this ability, and you'll see right on this very top, homepage message, welcome Ed Martin, assumed by Debbie Rand Fajardo. So if I edit anything in his account, if I change a price of a listing, if I mark it as pending, anything, that is all logged in the back. So we know exactly who made those changes, period. All right, so let's go over to the contacts, view and manage. I don't think we have Sally Seller in here, do we? Make sure. Cool. All righty. So I am going to add new. See on the blue toolbar here, I forgot to select it from the contacts up here. I could have added the contact. I'm simply going to add new from here. I wanted to make sure Sally wasn't in there. Sally Seller. This is her primary, and save. Now, ta-da, it pops right up for you. Because Ed has listings, it asks, would you like to associate a property to this contact? Why, yes, I would, thank you. That's what I was trying to do. associate the property, and all of Ed's listings will come up. I am going to select this nice one for $799,000. Why not go big? And save. Ta-da. Now here's all you need to do. And you can easily do this in Paragon Connect too on your mobile device. It's your Paragon Connect app. Wonderful. So all I need to do are these two things here. There is the sell side site. So this is the Collab Center sell site. So I want to turn them on and send that welcome message and send, oh, well, I'll preview so you see it. It's a lot like the same, just slightly different. It only has the one listing in here. And you can see comparables. And here's the team. There you go. And send. Close. All righty. And then I would email or enable the email report. And now it's enabled. Weekly option goes out on Thursdays. Weekly. I wouldn't want daily, seriously. And that is it. Now, what I do want you to see is her Collab Center site. So I'm going to go to my contact activity. It's not on the other one. So seller, can I just see the little, I was hoping to see the Collab Center link from there. So here we are. View her sell side site. This is pretty cool. So you'll see at the top, there is seller activity. And then there's competition under there as well. So let me show you the first page and then I'll show you what that competition looks like. There's been 121 listing views in the last 14 days. What are the viewings looking like? Any showing time activity? So nice. One rejected, one undecided. Okay, fine. Been 104 real estate agent views, 17 buyers. No recommendations at this point. There you go, pretty nice. And the social activity as well. So this is really, really nice. Seeing what's Ed's page look like. See, there's what was supposed to be there until I zipped it out accidentally. Welcome to your collaboration, your Collab Center website. Close. All right, let's look at that competition. And we are out of class a little early today. So here's the competition. There's those three. There's another 3 under here. Very nice. So if I zoom in, I can see those, uncluster these, and they could just take a peek at them. Gives them the photos. This is just like any other Collab Center site. See all of the information there, the remarks, the listing summary, everything is in here. Pretty nice, huh? And it'd be closed. Doesn't say when it was closed though. You could go into the history and see when it was closed. All right, well, thank you very, very much today for attending class. We've covered all of the Collab Center. We have gotten Betty Buyer and her husband in there as well on those automatic notifications. We have selected agent recommended. We've added searches. We've created searches. We've added your seller to the site as well. And don't forget about those agent preview listings as well for those when you need those. All right. Thank you very much for attending class today. I hope you have a great day and we'll see you in the new year.